What's up, fuckers? Episode 28 El Gordo Loco Podcast. Crazy week. Crazy fucking week this week. Dana got on the Instagram lives and dropped a bunch of fight news. And I wake up, I don't know. I must have went to bed early that night. And maybe around 10, 11 p.m. local time where I'm at, all this craziness drops, and I see it at around 5 a.m. in the morning when I wake up. bunch of wild stuff. Ilya vacates. Volk's fighting for another belt, which is bizarre. Jack Della skips the line now. He's fighting for the belt. Bunch of cool stuff, but I am going to post my reactions and all of those in a different video. This is just a picks video for the fights tomorrow, UFC Seattle, and then Beterbiev and Bivol 2 is tomorrow. And I was only going to pick 2 fights on there, but Dubois is not even fighting any longer. Last second replacement. Don't even know the guy, so I don't care that much. But UFC Seattle, where Henry the Midget Cejudo takes on Song Yadong. This is an interesting one because Henry retired when he should not have retired. I think we all know that. I think we understand that Henry was trying to price himself out, get more money from the UFC, negotiation tactics. The UFC said, brother, we don't fucking need you. Peace out. And then Davison and Moreno had their saga ever since he left. Who else? Bantamweight's been, the sugar show ever since he was gone. We didn't need you, Cejudo, okay? So, now that Cejudo realized, fuck, I can't retire with the amount of money that I have. What can I do? And since Cejudo really has no life skills of any sort, he's like, I guess I have to fight again. So, here we are. Third fight back in for Henry Cejudo. His first 2 fights being taking on Aljamain Sterling. Split decision, if you guys remember. So, he wasn't that far. 5-round split decision. He got one judge to say he won the fight. The second fight he had was against Merab, who's the current champ, and who we all think is the best bantamweight on the planet. And now, taking on Yadong Song, okay? So, what have we learned, Henry? Don't retire. You're not Floyd Mayweather. You can't just retire 40 times and think you're getting paid more and more and more every time, because you're Henry Cejudo, not Conor McGregor, okay? So, anyway, Henry is now 38 years old. Yadong is 28 years old. When Henry was in the 2008 Beijing Olympics in China, where he won gold, the youngest athlete, United States athlete to win gold in wrestling. I think to win a gold at that time, the youngest athlete to win a gold at that time was Henry Cejudo. This motherfucker, Songy, was standing outside the arena where they held the Olympics, selling souvenirs to all the freaking gringos. So it's just cool how kind of, that timeline's worked out to now they're going to fight each other. If Henry loses, this will be his last fight. I don't think he's going to go out like Tony and destroy his legacy. But if he wins, I can see him trying to fight again and trying to make what he calls a title run. Don't see that happening. You're just too old now, buddy. But at plus 220 underdog, I think Henry's, minus 270 to plus 220. You can put some money on Henry. It's possible he could do this, for sure. It's not going to be a blowout by any means. It's really going to come down to the offensive, it's really going to come down to the offensive wrestling of Yadong. Whether he can have Henry thinking enough about the shot that he can do what he needs to do on the feet. So if he just tries to kickbox Henry and has good defensive wrestling, Henry's going to just shoot probably all night. He's going to pull a Merab and just shoot all night. Or once he finds out it's not going to work, Henry's just too short. He's just too short at bantamweight. He's tiny at flyweight, let alone bantamweight. He's a little midget. But I'm gonna put. Man. I think it would be cool if Henry won, but I'm going to pick Song. I believe that's how it's going to go down. I think the odds makers got it right. Next, co-main, Brendan Allen versus Aaron Fluffy Hernandez. This is actually a rematch. A lot of people don't know, but they fought before the UFC. It's not a UFC rematch. It's not Brendan Allen, Anthony Hernandez 2 because the first fight wasn't in the UFC. But this is a rematch. So, I don't have any odds on this. Brendan is on a tear. Sorry, fudge. Fluffy's on a tear. His last 3 wins being Shabazian, Kopylov, and Michel Pereira. Brendan Allen's last 3 fights being he lost to Imavov, but the 2 before that he beat Chris Curtis and some other bum. I don't know who it was. I'm going to look it up. It's bothering me now. Paul Craig, sorry, yeah. Bum. But he did submit Paul Craig. I mean, dude, not a lot of guys get a sub on Paul Craig, and Brendan did submit him, so that's pretty impressive. Man, this is another close bout. They don't even have the odds on here, so I don't know who the favorite is. I imagine Fluffy's going to be the favorite just because he has more momentum coming into this. But I think Brendan Allen's going to get it done. I think Brendan Allen's going to get it done. We got to lock that in. We got Song and Brendan Allen. Next down on the card, we got Puerto Rico, the only Puerto Rican fighter on the UFC roster, Rob Font, versus second replacement, very short notice replacement, Jean Matsumoto. Who was it going to be? Who was Rob going to fight? Dominic Cruz. He's going to fight Dominic Cruz. Dom's out. He's retired. So the Brazilian coming in, the minus 166 favorite over the plus 140 Rob Font. Man, last time Rob was an underdog, and I bet on him, and he pulled through for me. So I'm going to do the same thing. I just don't think that, what is this? It's a catchweight 3-round fight. I don't think Jean Matsumoto knows what a Rob Font is in the aspect of caliber of fighter. Just like I said, Cannonier and Rodriguez. Listen, he's never been there before. There's a big gap that I've noticed in the UFC rankings from not being ranked to the 15 through 8 slot. There's a giant gap. And then from the 1 through 7 slot, there's also another really big gap. Rob Font is number 9, but Matsumoto isn't even ranked. So he's fighting a guy who's at that upper echelon of the first half of the rankings. You understand what I'm saying? I understand what I'm saying. So with that being said, we're going to pick the dog. We're going to go dog Font. Plus 140, lock that in. Next fight, pretty easy pick. Jean Lord Silva or Mesic. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to say this fool's name. It doesn't matter. What I can guarantee is that Jean Silva is going to cry his eyes out on the way to the octagon, okay? And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that is a guarantee. I wish they had that as a prop bet because I would put a lot of money on that. Minus 575 to a plus 425. I think that's the biggest spread of the whole card. Some of these I don't have the odds for. Oh, never mind. It is not. Down on the prelims, we got Mansour Abdul Malik versus Nick Klein. Minus 800 to plus 550. That's your biggest spread of the night. That's your biggest spread of the night. But Jean Silva would be your second biggest. Big favorite. Put the house on Jean Silva, because if not, you're not making any money betting on this fool. They're not going to give you any good lineups for this guy. And finishing up, or starting, rather should I say, your UFC Seattle main card, Alonzo Minifield versus Julius Walker. Don't have the odds on here. Minifield, number 15 light heavyweight. Walker unranked. Dude, the thing with Minifield is he's either on or he's way off. All right? Maybe not way off. Maybe I shouldn't say way off. He's either on or he's off. So it's hard to tell with this guy. I have a hard time picking his fights because the guys I think he should beat, he loses to. And then guys I think he's going to lose to, he beats. So I'm thinking he's going to win, but maybe that means I should pick him to lose? I don't know. I'm not picking that fight. I'm not giving you a pick for that fight. I gave you 4 picks already, and I got maybe 1 on the prelims. Prelims, we got Ion Kutalaba take on Ivo Aslan. Sorry, I can't talk. Not going to pick that either, don't care. Andre Fili, it should be a good scrap. Not saying it won't be, I'm just saying I don't want to pick it. Andre Fili versus Costa. Andre Fili's a plus 100 dog. Costa's a minus 120. We'll rock with the American. We'll go Andre. Let's go Andre Fili. And Ricky Simone's fighting Javid Basharat. Should be a good scrap. Not going to pick it. And that's really it. Oh, Vanderford's on this card. So, Austin Vanderford, former longtime Bellator welterweight contender. It's a catchweight, so I don't know what happened. Oh, it's probably because Vanderford's coming in short notice. He probably just got signed to the UFC just like a week ago. That's Paige Van Zant's husband. That's really the only reason why anybody knows this guy. Just saying. I'm just saying. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at everybody. Get mad at Paige. Get mad at Paige. Leave me out of it. So yeah, I'm not even going to pick that fight. I'm just letting you know that this fool's there. He's going to make his UFC debut. Whoop-de-doo. So yeah, we'll lock in Song, Brendan Allen, Rob Font. I hope Brendan Allen's an underdog. They give me 2 underdogs if I hit on those. I don't bet. I'm just saying for you degenerates that do. Rob Font, John Silva, Andre Fili. How about that, dude? How about that? And that's your picks, dude. I hope the card doesn't suck. It shouldn't. It's not at the Apex, so that's good. But probably 5 fights fell off this card that were supposed to be here. A couple good fighters that I'd like to have seen, but no problem. And then tomorrow morning we got B-Vol, better BF2. As long as Kadyrov isn't in the building threatening the judges' lives if they don't pick his fighter, I think we should be good. I think we should see B-Vol 1. I don't know, dude. I'm dead set. I don't care what you say, who you are. I'm dead set that B-Vol won that last fight. I think it was very close, but not as close as people think for it to have been better BF. Minimum could have been a draw. Minimum. I would like to say that B-Vol is going to come in the second time and turn it up, put the heat on him. Better BF did get tired in the middle of the fight last time. It was weird, and then he kind of surged back. But let's go B-Vol. And then Dubois, really looking forward to the Dubois-Parker fight, but Dubois is out. I don't even know who this fatso is that stepped in for him. He could be fat. He could be not fat. I don't know, but I'm just going to assume he's fat. Anyway, that's it. That's your UFC Seattle picks. I'm going to make a video. I'll drop it tomorrow, tonight, I don't know when, about all the craziness that went on this week. Usually that doesn't happen. It's been a long time since I pick up my phone, click on the YouTubes or whatever, however I get my information about mixed martial arts. And there'd be massive news just one after the other, all made on the same day. It's been probably half a year. Probably, Alex Bejeda filling in at UFC 306 wasn't even that like, whoa. Maybe all the UFC 300 drama was pretty cool, but we haven't had news drop like that where Dana gets on with a little bald head and starts dropping banger fight after banger fight on an IG Live. Hasn't happened in a while. Pretty exciting when it does, and I'll react to that in a separate video. Anyway, Grotto out.